Joe's News and Views, also known as Conservative News and Views. If it's your first time tuning into the broadcast, do me a favor, go ahead on and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell all the way up top. Please like and share this broadcast. Like and share this broadcast. With that being said, let's get into this. Guys, so we're going to get into more detail about Paula Bryant's real mom speaking out. Now, before I get into that story, if you don't know who Paula Bryant is, Paula Bryant is a young lady who, in Columbus, Ohio, was getting in a fight with her. Yeah, what's up, George? Her siblings getting in a fight with just her grown siblings and her grown siblings in the yard. And the cops were called because of the disturbance that she called herself, swearing out they was trying to jump her. She had a knife. She was basically pushed one girl to the ground and went and turned her eyes to the slender girl with the baby in arms. And go up here and he tell her to stop, and she's not trying to stop. She's trying to go forward with this girl, and yeah, the cops poked her with lead. Anyway, it was sad. Yeah, she's 16, and we had the foster mom speak out. Andrea Moore, who said that she was at work, she didn't know what's going on, blase blase. And we found out that it was all about the young lady just didn't want to listen to the older children about cleaning up the house before the foster mom came home, because it was the foster mom's birthday. And the young lady had only been at this foster home for only 2 months. Well, now the real mom, Paula Bryant, is like, oh yeah, my daughter was a ray of light, blase blase. Well, with her lawyer, she can't sue the cops because it shows on video that this girl was the aggressor. So she ain't got a case for that. So now she's trying to turn her sights on the Ohio foster care system, the state of Ohio. So let's rewind and talk about this, because I'm about to step on some toes today. I am about to I'm about to get into Reverend Drone role. That's right. I'm about to get into the Reverend role because I'm about to hurt some feelings today. Paula Bryant, you need to hold this L, because you're not out here saying that you upset with the state of Ohio. You out here because you upset with yourself, because you failed that child. Because at the end of the day, everybody's going to ask you, even in that courtroom, why was your 16-year-old daughter in the care of Angela Moore, a foster mom, instead of a care with you? I'm going to say it again. Why in the hell was your 16-year-old daughter in the care of Angela Moore instead of the care of you, Paula Bryant? Now, we all know how the foster care system, the state works. When the state usually places your children in a foster care situation, it's either A, you fucked up, or B, you could not handle that child and you have decided to let them step in. I don't think it was you giving up the rights to let them step in. I think that you was fucked up and they stepped in. Because usually the statistics rely on that side. Again, I may be wrong, but this is just my collective thinking of what I have now analyzed over the years. Where were you when Micaiah was acting the damn fool? Because, see, this type of behavior comes from an extended period of no one correcting the situation. Where were you then, Mom? Why didn't you handle that? And we already know with all of the things that is showing, I don't see no father stepping up to the plate. So that means either A, the dad don't give a shit, or the dad was never down for it. Yeah, she is the mother. And I get that, Melinda, and I'm not knocking that. But my thing is this. I've had family members in the system, and usually when kids get taken away from the home like that, from the birth mother, it's because the birth mom is fucking up. The birth parent is usually fucking up. Now, I want to tell you now, they ain't got a case. And even if they did, it's not going to be what they think it's going to be because they're going to pay them enough to shut the fuck up and that's it. They're not going to get a whole lot that they think it in their mind. They're not going to get 25 mil. I'm just saying is in the black community, we have a problem with moms and dads give their children up in the system, and then when shit happens to their kid, now all of a sudden they're the most caring parent in the world. Well, if you was the most caring parent in the world, it would never be this way. That's what I'm trying to preach. It would never got that bad. Because it goes right back to where I said before. And when I was thinking about doing a special on this, but I don't know if I'm going to do one or not. I don't know if it's going to even help people. But I want y'all to look at something. Y'all get a chance. And Google this shit. In the 1960s, black parents in the home was up to 78%. Wedlock was extremely low. Now you're probably saying to yourself, shit, why was that? Well, because back then we had a generation of the solid generation and the great generation that didn't play that shit. They did not play with you going out here having babies just to be having babies. They had a strict code. You had a kid out of wedlock, that was it. It was finito. If you went to church, that's it. You damn near exercised, basically. You had to sit damn near in the back of the church. You had no say-so. You had to hurry up and find you a good guy to take on that role. Because that's how I really got. All this fucking being about getting married back then, people wanted to be married young. They wanted the American dream. The fathers were considered to be leaders. They were respected. They were revered. They were more than just the guy that went and squished a spider or, oh, well, don't you worry about that, honey. I held that guy down the street and it disappeared. They were really needed. Fast forward now. It is upside down. 74% in the black community, mothers are single. I'm going to say it again. 74%. That's a damn reverse. 74%. And this is why we are looked at as public enemy idiots. And then y'all listen to these Marxist motherfuckers that tell you you don't need no man. All you need is education and a PhD. And that's why our kids are fucked up. That's why our kids are fucked up. But we can't blame ourselves, right? Right? No. Exactly. That's right, Melinda. You're now you see where I'm coming from. And it's the truth. It's because of the government back in it started in the mid 70s. I want y'all to research this shit. The mid 70s, when affirmative action and all this shit came into play. And this is for the same leaders that swear out that they got your back. The Jesse Jacksons and all of them. They were the first one to come up with that fucking bill, affirmative action, all that shit. This is what started the downhill of the black family. Governments were paying extra to black folks to say you ain't got a father in the home. White families wasn't falling for that shit. They tried it with them too. They wasn't falling for that shit. They were like, nah, hell nah. Not doing that. My husband's here. Okay, well, I guess we'll take a cut then. We'll figure it out. But my husband is here. And now, fast forward to where we at now. It's shitty. It's so shitty. And it's getting worse. And it's so bad. That is why we also have other brothers going in, like myself, dating outside our race, marrying outside our race. Yeah, a lot of it got to do with, we jail well with that person and, love see no color. But a lot of it has to also do with because a lot of our culture of black women have been programmed on this selfish shit and not to let their man be the leader of the relationship. Not no good man anyway. They've been programmed that if they live in the hood or live in a fucked up situation, you gotta have an ex-con who keeps going in and out of jail to be the leader of the family. He gotta have some kind of street cred. I mean, it's just facts. Y'all see it. I've seen it. I see it in my family right now. I got cousins right now that is 40 years old and will not deal with a dude that's got his shit together, never been in trouble, and been a straightforward guy. Or if they'll deal with him, they only deal with him to help raise their kids. And as soon as their kids get 18, 20, 21, they out there back on the scene looking for a new thug. And I agree with that, George. You're right. It shouldn't matter. But I just want to use that as an example of why a lot of times we have these issues in the black community that everybody be crying about and want to know why things don't go their way. Why women in the black community are single. Why they're not with somebody. Because the facts is the facts. We live in a society that really and truly ran by these liberal monsters that do not want to see black Americans win. And until they see that, this is going to continue to be like this. That's what I'm trying to get them to see. It is going to continue to be asinine behavior. I mean, look at what's going on right now. This woman is out here, all of a sudden, she wants to go out here and promote that she's this sad mom who was always involved, but yet your child was in a foster home. Somewhere down the line, your involvement broke down. Somewhere down the line, that child got misguided. But now you want to blame the state of Ohio for all of your transgressions. And it shouldn't be that way. Your child made a choice to get physically violent with adults and try to hurt someone in the middle of that altercation. What you should be doing is doing self-reflection. What have I done as a parent to cause this to my child? Okay, next thing you should be doing. What can I do to educate other young women, other young boys out there to not let their emotions get the best of them so they don't make the same mistake my child did? Why aren't you doing that? Why aren't you not being progressive in that manner? No, that's too much to ask. And that's what makes me so angry. Because this is the times that we are. Accountability, again, is not being accepted the right way. That child has been failed for a long time because children just don't act out like that. There's a lot of things that's going on in that child's life. And I guarantee you, if we was to research it and look back at it, it probably roots to mom and what she had going on before she got in that foster home. How much you want to bet? Because kids always act out when they're not being hurt. Kids always have an attitude when they feel like nobody gives a shit. The reason why I can say that because I was a kid that was feeling like that one time. And I acted out when my parents had their shit going on. Thank God that they were smart enough to sit me down along with my great grandparents and let me know, hey, I know we fucking up, but we're gonna correct this shit now. Shout out to my great grandparents, my mother, and my father. Appreciate y'all, even though rest in peace, Dad. Thank you for doing that. But this is what I'm saying, guys. These are the problems we're facing right now in the communities, especially in the minority sector, the black community, as they want to say it. We don't have enough leaders. We don't have enough role models right now. And the role models that we should be having, they're too busy trying to virtue signal. Melinda said, I'm trying to figure out when it flipped. My grandmother's generation was all about black excellence, but it seems like my aunts and uncles' generation changed the whole idea. All chaos is celebrated. Yeah, and I'm gonna tell you when it flipped, Melinda. It flipped in the baby boomer generation. You can thank the baby boomers for fucking us up. These are the family members that was born in the mid 1940s all the way up to the early part of the 1970s, like 1970, 71. Those were the generation that fucked us up. That's the baby boomer generation. That's what happened. Those are one that was made when the people came from war. Those are one that's got exposed to the new revolution and education is power and you don't need no man. This is when it all broke down. This is when it all started coming up and being fucked up. Right there in that period. And those are ones that's bitter as shit. Those are ones that are bitter as shit. That's when that's the generation now you don't see taking care of no kids. They're not gonna take care of no grandkids. They ain't got time for it. That's the generation that's going to hurt your feelings and it's about themselves. So yeah, that's when it started breaking down. Because now we don't have that anymore. And you're right. Black excellence was celebrated because in the silent in the great generation, black excellence was celebrated because black folks back then did not mind putting in the work. They knew they had all this discrimination they had to face. It didn't. It was like whatever. Okay, but I still can prove to these motherfuckers that I'm great. They did it for themselves. They didn't do it just to be accepted in society. They did it to show society, no matter what rules you put around me that's fucked up, I am going to prevail. Because that's what I'm going to do. Because I'm an American, and that's what I need to do. And when the civil rights movement really started to get more and more traction, the turning point is when they started seeing black folks dressed in their Sunday best in suits, getting hoes, getting beat on. That's when white Americans and other Americans of European descent were like, holy shit, that could be us. These people like us, they go to church, they pay taxes, they take care of their family. Oh, hell no. Nah. Can't do this. This could be us next. That's when everybody pushed for equality and all that shit in America. Now let me ask y'all, let me tell y'all something. If they would have seen uh, 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 people dressed up like they dress today in our culture, pants hanging off our ass, skinny jeans and shit, gold chains, woman with no damn clothes on hardly, ass shaking, or a tight pants, see-through draw, shit. They've been like, oh no, nah, they deserve that shit. They hooligans. Say it, man. Just different time. Respect was what it was about. Honor and respect. Now, shit. People don't know what it is. And it's sad. That's why our children are going more and more into the system. But yet still, we worrying about cops. Shit. Maybe worrying about getting our damn people right. And all these SJWs that's supposed to be pro-black, they don't never talk about those issues. They don't never discuss that. They don't never talk about the statistics or what happened back then. And when you bring it up to them, that was a different time. You damn right it was a different time. It was a time when America was fucking pushing for excellence all across the board. It was a time when America was trying to bring the melting pot to reality. It's all good, bro. But unfortunately, when we were trying to go for excellence, you still had those ignorant liberals who have not changed anything or their way of thinking. We can't do that. We can't make money off this grift. Let's throw in some of this damn racism. Throw it right back at them. And that's when they sold everybody this big misconception that the conservative movement, conservatives, are the biggest racists ever to walk on earth. Newsflash. Conservatives are not racist. Hell, conservatives just want you to get it out the mud like they did. That's all they want. You talk to any conservative that's non-black, that's all they ask for. You ask them, what makes you really respect a person? All of them going to tell you the same thing over and over again. Someone who values hard work. But yet, when you look at the Smithsonians or these grifts, they'll tell you that hard work is not respected. It's asinine. It's retarded. It's part of the shades of whiteness. And if you don't believe me, look up the New York Post. I think it was the New York Post, the Smithsonian, where they had the shades of whiteness. It was so racist that they had to take it offline. I mean, you can still see images of it, but they had to take it offline because it made no sense. It was like basically telling people that if you are a hard worker and if you believe in the nuclear family, if you believe in doing for self, that you're part of racist white folks' ideology. Stupidest shit I ever heard. What do you mean that's a part of life? So you're trying to tell me that basketball players, NBA players, all of them that put in work for their craft, that's racist? I don't know about you, but how do you think you're gonna get what they call that? Promotions on your job. You think you want to get a promotion by smiling? You got to do what? You got to put in what? Work. Hard work. That's what you have to do. You have to put in hard work to get that promotion. I have not met anyone yet that got a promotion by smiling. Please let me know if you know anyone that got a promotion by smiling. Let me know if you know anyone that got voted into something, a political power, without putting no campaign, no nothing, but just smiling. Even though I don't even like Joey's ass. He had to do a little campaigning. But that's another story. I digress. I'm just saying, nothing in life comes for free. You have to put in the work. That's just life. So I don't know why in the hell somebody even put that out there, but it was on there. Y'all need to check that out. That shit's crazy. Anyway, I'm at work now. I need y'all to get in the comments and tell me what y'all think. Am I wrong for saying that Paula Bryant should blame herself instead of the foster care system? Or do y'all think that I'm right and she should look deep within herself and try to do something more progressive to honor her child so the next child don't be in that same situation of being in a foster care system like she? I want to know y'all opinions on this story here on YouTube, Haps, Facebook, and Twitter. Just tell me just put in what your comments are. I mean, I am. I definitely be open to it and listen to it, and Twitch too. Just want to know what y'all think. All right, guys. I love you guys. Take care of yourself and each